Army Men used to be one of the most recognizable game franchises out there, which since the early 2000s it has seemingly disappeared and disapparated into the universe. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're probably born after the year 2004 or something, because this is Army Men Sarges Heroes. Don't go away. Even though it's the first installment, Army Men Sarges Heroes 1, it's probably, I would say, the most notable of them, or at least the most recognizable. And that's even true for me, as it was probably up there as one of the most played Nintendo 64 games of my childhood.
For the PlayStation game console and Nintendo 64, Army Men Sarges Heroes, real combat, plastic men. Good to go.
At the time, it was a very difficult game, and I found wonder in the fact that you're running around as little Army Men toys. Crazily, none of that has changed. Now, even though I did play this game on normal, which is a step up from, well, easy, which is what I did in childhood, when I say difficult, I mean it's handcuffed by the controls. This is a double-edged sword of good and bad. On the bad side, the controls really screw you over. Whether it's precisely jumping a canyon or avoiding the water in the bathtub, which is an instant death by the way, the controls are constantly handcuffing you to play slower. And while after a bit of time you can get really good at like strafing and stuff, which can be extremely helpful, these controls combined with the constant reliability on the auto aim really is a double-edged sword, like I said. The auto aim, by the way, is mandatory. There is no such thing as manually aiming in this game for actual enemies. Sure, if you're shooting at range or something, you can use it, but the idea of actually aiming with your weapon and slowly turning around, you are basically going to lose 80% of your health by the time you actually aim at them. So you will heavily rely upon this auto aim feature that works about 80% of the time. Hello? Now, the actual benefit of these bad controls is you have to play slower and more tactical. Sometimes I feel like I'm playing like a Hitman game or something, the way I'm going through these bases. You can die really, really quick in this game. You on this side? Oh, holy shit, everyone calm down. Literally almost died in one shot there. And a death means restart at the beginning of the level, no matter how far in you are. And some of these levels are like 30 minutes long. So you're really, really wanting to avoid a death. So snaking around the mission, slowly taking out enemies one by one, keeping your distance as much as possible, playing as smart as possible, makes this game very fun. There are seriously some times in this game where I didn't talk for like 20 minutes into the mic, because I'm genuinely focusing on the task at hand, where I have like 5 HP and I'm thinking, okay, there has to be some sort of way, tactical way to get out of this. Towards the end of the game, it just gets so chaotic that it becomes hilarious, honestly. Okay, I got a shot on this guy. Okay, I'm thinking I run for the HP. Yo!
Good to go.
Playing this game tactically and with some strategy in mind also helps with the weapons here. You have your basic semi-auto weapon that you'll have the majority of the time. You'll find yourself with a shotgun, which is absolutely dog shit. I'm not kidding you. Do not use the shotgun in this game. Hand grenades are the biggest underdog of the entire arsenal here, because there are a lot of times where you see a guy on the map or you see him ahead of you, but you don't have an angle on him. So you just lob a nade over. RPGs are essential to taking down tanks, even helicopters, and even later on transformers, whatever you want to call these robots. The machine gun is basically the semi-auto on triple fire, so you're higher likely to not get shot against. And of course, you have the best weapon of the game, the sniper. The sniper is absolutely clutch. You will be counting your rounds here. You can't really shoot enemies from a distance with normal weapons, so using a sniper with the zoom effect is clutch. I cannot tell you how many times I pulled the sniper out. Also, the sniper's auto aim while sprinting seems to be way higher than any other gun, I swear to God. But also, there's a flamethrower. And Sarge seems super hyped up whenever he gets one of these. But because of the short range, I mean, you're always going to take a shot when you're that close, so it's not really that useful. At the same time, the enemies have the same weapons. There are bazooka men, semi-auto guys, machine gunners, flamethrower guys. Fuck off. I'm dead, man. Yeah. 2 shots of land, I'm dead. Holy shit, I live. I'm gonna get that without getting shot. And you have to play around these guys kind of differently. Snipers have that range game and you have to take them out. Get caught in the open against Machine Gunner, he will destroy your health. Bazooka men are sort of inaccurate, but if they hit that shot, I mean, you lose like 95% of your health on spot. Shotgunners can randomly peek around corners and hit you for big health depletes. If you get hit by a flamethrower guy, even though the flamethrower sucks for you, if you get hit by it up close, it just drains your health. So you can really see why, with all those aspects included, you have to play this game with some sort of focus in mind. Now the story, I thought about not even touching on the story here, but it's kind of funny. You know, there's not even voice acting, it's text box. It's basically tan is bad, green is good. At one point, Sergeant Grimm's daughter gets taken alive, and hilariously through all of the Iron Man games, you'll notice that Vicky is the only kind of character that isn't full green. She has an actual like skin tone to her, and as a kid, I was like, oh, that's funny, I don't really understand why. But as an adult, you know sex sells. And that's basically her entire arc, is once she gets captured, she just seduces the like 10 army general. He's doing an interview now. But on to presentation. This is the main hook of Army Men. The look and the sound of the levels is the main magic that this game runs on. I'm not kidding you. The wonder and awe effect of having little tiny soldiers run around human-sized objects like cereal boxes or the stovetop or the bathroom. It's just never gotten old to me. And Iron Man Sarges Heroes does a great job with level variety here. You have stuff like the basic boot camp level, right? But then you go on to like Fort Plastro or Fort Plastro at night. You have the bathtub level, you have the kitchen level, you have the sandbox level, you have the living room level that's Christmas themed with Christmas presents sprung about. Every single level I went into, I thought to myself, oh, I remember this. They're just all so unique and a different way of completing them. And the biggest telltale sign that the level design is good is if you ask me what's my favorite level in Iron Man Sarges Heroes, I would hum and haw for about 10 minutes, cycling between like 5 and 6 of them. That's a good sign. And as I mentioned, the soundtracks do quite a bit to help here. Soundtracks are pretty sweet. Man, I wish I could spend like 20 minutes highlighting this stuff. I will highlight one though, because it is like one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in gaming to this day. No need to describe it, just listen to this. Get back here. I'll get rid of one. Ain't no way I can make it up there. I have to go after this. Okay, can I get this game? What the f— Not only does Iron Man Sarges Heroes gets the big picture right for presentation, it gets a lot of the small, unique, cool things down too. Like, something I've always enjoyed was the look of the electric fences in this game. They're not like a normal electric fence. It's like this glowing, bright blue, fluorescent, like light bulb stuff. That design has always stuck out to me. Sarge has these cool quotes whenever he picks up an interesting item or a health kit or something. Those always stuck with me. Although they didn't invent this and they probably straight up ripped this from Doom, but Sarge's face changes the more damage he takes. That just adds to the tension of near death. Iron Man Sarges Heroes presentation runs this game. Who the fuck was shooting me, bro? Overall impact, to be short, when this game works, it works. When Iron Man Sarges Heroes is feeling good and fun, and the auto aim is on point, the level design is crisp, the soundtracks are popping, you're in a fun level, you got the weaponry available to you, it is so fun, and time will just absolutely pass by. But at times this game is hindered by itself. It handcuffs itself with bad controls, which I'm not blaming on Nintendo 64 at all, because I've played games with great controls. There's an insane fall damage system in this game. Trust me, if you fall 2 feet, you will lose half your health. When auto aim doesn't connect, it is absolutely torture, and sometimes it just feels like straight bullshit with enemies shooting you through objects or shooting you from an impossible angle that you can't see or hear. I'm getting shot, climb up the freaking— bro, who is this guy? But even with all those negatives, Army Men Sarges Heroes, as far as the big picture goes, I just think, man, that was fun. Like, as I finished this game and it just said the end, I thought, you know what, I would not be opposed to running through that again. Overall, 8.4 out of 10. So that's it. Army Men Sarges Heroes is done. I'm doing this series basically because I'm taking a break from Assassin's Creed, and that's about it. I have Army Men Sarges Heroes 1, Army Men Sarges Heroes 2, which I've never played before, Army Men Air Combat, Sarge's War, and RTS lined up. If there's any other Army Men game I can get a hand on, I'd be down for it. But for now, I'm your host, Player Entertainment. Hope you just review. Peace out. Okay, one of these guys has a shotgun, so it doesn't matter. What is up? I know what you're thinking. You're only here for the bonus Easter egg soundtrack I put in at the end of every video. But did you also know I have a donation page under Buy Me a Coffee? Donate whatever you want to my channel and I'll put half that back to an environmental charity. So that's that. Enjoy the music. Peace out.